Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to episode 16 of City Skylines. What I said I'd try and do over these next few videos is try and get our population up a little bit because it's kind of plateaued out and it would be nice to try and improve that. It'd also be nice to try and do something about a lot of this traffic. We certainly did alleviate it in the last few episodes. It's nowhere near as bad as it used to be. We do still have quite a few junctions around which are causing us some problems. It might be nice maybe if we connected some of these roads up a little bit differently and tried to alleviate some of the traffic. Maybe we could move this bridge and connect it off somewhere else. And of course we do have the problem with the traffic that's all trying to connect to it here, which we tried to alleviate, but that didn't work out either. I see we do have a few abandoned buildings around. We seem to be getting quite a few unhappy people in the industrial area again. Most of it is a shortage of workers, and it's uneducated workers. I think we can probably afford to go and put our education budget down a little bit more. I think we need to try and get as many uneducated workers as possible at the moment. But we've got quite a bit of a call for commercial, but at the moment I really would like to try and increase that population. We've also got a very, very busy junction here. We're getting ambulances caught up in it and all sorts of nasty, horrible things. Again, not really much that I can do about that right now. So let's think about creating another area of residential, just so we can try and get some more people in. Maybe up at the back here, behind this forestry industry, might be enough to get some more people to come along and join. We did start to build some more housing areas in here, and certainly we've still got some room where we could build a few more housing areas. Let's go ahead and we'll use the curved road tool. There's a few areas where we could get a road or two through. In fact, let's just go straight through over here. That gives us a little bit more room to build. And let's go out here, and we'll just put that road there. It doesn't have to connect up to anything, of course. Roads don't need to have a connection on both sides. Let's just go in and make this just normal residential. Not sure if our water connects up here. We'll have to have a quick look. Power shouldn't be a problem, though. Let's just have a quick look on the water table. Yep, we've got water going there. That is fine. I'd still like to build a little bit more, so maybe we'll build out in this direction a little bit. Again, we will stick with the curved road tool because it allows us to build some nice shapes. So I think we're going to go all the way around the back here, and we'll double back onto the actual industry itself. Let's go ahead and build some straight roads, and we'll just build a few of these. Some of them will join straight onto the industry. Not all of them will, because we do want to try and make sure we have a limited number of intersections on some of these places. So let's just get a few more in. I think we'll take that one down. Can't even see the grid line. I'm zoomed out that far. So we'll take these ones over here. You can connect back up to the main road. And we'll have another road. That's going to take out a lot of the factories, so well, the farms. Let's come down to the grid line and we'll go up to here. But we won't connect that one right up with anything. This one can come out to here. We're going to lose a house or two, but I think overall we will do well. So that gives us quite a bit of space to build. Probably a little bit of space to get some more houses in if we come up here. It will be a little bit curved due to the nature of the roads, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and take our zoning tool. And we're going to take the block paint tool, which makes it a lot easier to just do this, basically. So we'll go and just block paint all of this area in. That should get us anything that isn't already the industrial area. A couple of random blocks up there that got caught, but that's fine. It doesn't really matter. That's definitely going to need water, because that's nowhere near the current water table. Now, the good thing is we are still making a decent amount of money, so that's fine. Let's just get some of these pipes to go up there. Probably going to be enough, to be fair. Always going to be a couple that end up not getting covered, but... And yes, I know that if I'd have done, like, nice, neat little grids with the pipes, I wouldn't be having any of this trouble, but... I don't care. I'm making loads of money. We're doing absolutely fine on the water. That is not an issue in the slightest. A lot of abandoned buildings, let's try and keep them to a minimum because they do decrease the land value, and of course we do want to try and get rid of that. Now, I have noticed that somebody has actually made a tool, they've made a mod, which allows you to paint trees. So you can actually go ahead and paint a big area instead of doing the current method, which is where you basically select a tree type, and then you basically have to just manually click where you want to put them down. They've made a tool that lets you paint them with a huge brush like you can in the map editor, which is great. The only problem with that at the moment is because of the way it's coded, it doesn't actually deduct any money, so it's a little bit cheaty because you can spray paint a whole area with forest and it doesn't actually cost you any money. If the mod gets updated so that it has a cost, then I would very much consider using that in the future, because I think that will make life a lot easier. So we're going to try and keep our eye on the industry. We do still have a lot of call for commercial. I'm not sure if there's any call for it in a very specific area. And in fact, what I might do is use the right tool. I might just go back on my original decision for this area to be residential here, and just go ahead and put maybe some high density commercial in this area. Sorry, fella, you're going to have to get rid of your house. But remember, you are the guys that want that commercial area. So we are currently up to... well, we're making very, very good money, but we're still struggling to get in that population, and I can't figure out why. What have we got going on over here? You are unhappy about the low land value. Well, that's a valid concern. What could we do to go and improve that? We could build you a small park somewhere, I suppose. There's one not all that far away. There is a little bit of industrial close by, and you are next to this huge solar power plant, but that shouldn't be causing you too much of a problem. I wouldn't have thought so anyway. Let's go ahead and place it over here. That will increase the happiness and hopefully increase the land value around. Not by a huge amount, I'll grant you. We could go ahead and put another one over here. Certainly got the money, so there's no reason not to. Still losing population, though, despite the fact that we've just put in a massive new chunk of residential area. So we'll up the game speed and let things sort themselves out a little bit. There is a design for a roundabout that I want to show you guys later on. It probably won't be on this video. I'm not going to build one until I actually have a reason to build it. And I don't, by no means do I take any credit for it, but there's a lot of designs that have been going around for a roundabout that is virtually unblockable. It's essentially a 6-lane roundabout, and it has a little 2-lane system that connects it where the junctions are, so you don't have any traffic lights there at all. The traffic seems to flow around them very, very smoothly. It seems very, very efficient. Haven't quite worked out the most optimal way to build it, but as soon as I do, and as soon as I have a reason to do it, I will certainly show you guys how to do that. It is very, very nice. Let's go ahead and get a plaza in. We've got a lot of low land value complaints around here. Let's try and put some of these plazas in where we can. Not necessarily sure it's going to raise the land value a massive amount. Especially around here, some of this area is really, really low land value. So again, we'll go ahead and put 1 or 2 of these plazas in where we can. And it helps a little bit. We are getting some higher land value. Maybe we can even squeeze 1 or 2 in around these areas here where it's not quite as nice. Certainly seems to be improving. The idea of what we want to do here, of course, is turn these orange buildings to the sort of green colour. So anywhere we have this sort of red colour that we do have low land value. Nobody wants to live where the land value is low. And putting in parks and plazas will help with that. Now, I know we're destroying housing, but we've got plenty of spaces where people can build, and they're just choosing not to build. Land value up here is terribly low. Let's go ahead and put in a few things. Even up here, the land value is low. Well, before we get any houses here, let's consider where we could put in some, like, big parks and things like that. Got a lot of slopes here. Put some of the small ones in, just to try and keep things looking nice for the locals. What about over here? Could we get one in there somewhere? There we go. Look at that. We're getting a lot of extra happiness now. We're getting more people moving in as well, which is really nice. Probably reach one out over here. Let's just zoom out and see what we can see. Oh, this area. This area is a terrible place to live. Who would want to live here? Let's go ahead and put in a park or 2. We have one here. These the bigger ones. I'm not sure, that might have been the one that I was already using. Just want to get a couple of these places in just to try and raise the land value around here, because it is so terribly low at the moment. And that is not good for our growth at all. We definitely need something over here somewhere. Why take out 3 buildings when you only have to take out 2? And what about in here? Can we get this one in anywhere? There we go, right in the middle. It's just destroyed a huge area. But that should help with the land value. Again, still not making a huge amount of population. Still getting a few empty buildings. Does it tell us why it was abandoned? Because the land value was low. And that's very strange now that we're getting abandoned buildings due to low land value when we've just gone around and pretty much increased the land value everywhere. Maybe it was a little bit too late for some of these places, but I think overall we will be okay. Land value certainly does seem to be a big issue for us at the moment. So another building there. We'll keep making sure we get rid of the empty ones because that lowers the land value even more. Somebody did suggest that I should connect my train line up over here to the other industrial area. I completely agree. I need to be careful though because I've got to sort of cut through a corner that I don't own and I need to go over the highway and etc. I will do that though because it sounds like something we really should be doing. Let's go ahead and get rid of... That's not the building that burnt down, was it? Terribly sorry. So, yeah, let's go to our public transport and we will build a train line. And we want this train line to sort of... Like I said, it's going to be a little bit tricky because we do have to sort of come around behind the power plant. We have to go over the highway. I want to try and avoid a level crossing if we can. So, let's see if we can't just make a bridge over these areas. And, again, we've got to be careful because we are going around our existing... Oh, there's one little area there. Yeah, we are going around the corner here, which can make life a little bit tricky. Let's continue going around the back here. We'll start to bring the height of this down. It doesn't need to be up here anymore. So we'll bring it down to the back of the industrial area. And just before I connect that up, we will go ahead and get ourselves a cargo freight terminal. And we'll put that here. Again, that's just going to destroy a few of the buildings, but it's probably worth it because overall it makes people a lot happier. And there we go. We have a working freight terminal. I don't think we have to actually put in routes for those. I think they're kind of done automatically, although I could be wrong. I'm never going to click on that if I don't pause. Yeah, cargo train terminal. We don't have a option to change the route colour on that one. We could get a passenger terminal in or two. I have heard at the moment that they are still not working as well as they should be. Still getting a lot of crossroad traffic. Probably not a lot that we can do about that unless we want to raise some of these roads up and cut out other roads, which may not be a terrible idea. I mean, that is certainly one way of doing things, actually making it a raised road and having the other road just run along underneath. We can certainly change the way things work by doing that. In fact, let's just have a little look and see if it's possible. These are 4-lane avenues with trees. Let's just go into the roads here. This will destroy a little bit of the industrial, and that I am aware. So let us just go ahead and say, for example, we want to destroy that part and this part here. And let's go ahead and destroy that part there. So we want to take the 4-lane with trees. We can't go across there because of these buildings, which are my... What are these? Why can't we just destroy these buildings? Well, let's just go ahead and destroy them anyway, whatever they are. It's that one that it's complaining about. What's this here? Is that one of our power plants? I think it is, but that's fine. Don't mind that too much. We'll sort that out in a moment. Let's go ahead and connect that up. So we've got a nice, wide, big road there. And then what we want to try and do here, if we can, is build the road up. Now, it might not allow us to do it. But if we can go up and then down again on the other side, that would be fantastic. It's just trying to find the right distance to get it. That would just join up to the existing road, which is not what we want to do. We can build it there, and then what we want to do is come down again. Now, this is going to be a little bit tricky to find the right area that it's going to allow us to do it. We're definitely going to need to destroy some of this road here, which is going to be a little bit problematic, but this is how progress is made. Let's go ahead and get rid of a few more of these buildings. We will rezone some of the industrial once this is done. So we'll go ahead, we'll connect up with the existing road, hopefully. There we go. And we want to come down to ground level. Still not allowing us to do that there. There's still a few too many buildings in the way. Let's get rid of that one. That should be enough, I would have thought. You're going to let me connect up to this existing road now? There we go. I think that should be it. And still won't let me go down because it's saying space is already occupied. It's by the park, isn't it? Yes. Oh well. Sorry, park. You're going to have to go. I know I could have just moved it, but always seems easier doing it this way. Right, will this allow us to do that? There we go. So now we have that road going underneath and it gets rid of another intersection there. Although we have destroyed quite a bit of the industry. So let's go ahead and take a... Well, I think we'll stick with the 4-lane. We'll run another road from... Actually, that's just a 2-lane, isn't it? Let's go ahead and run another 2-lane with trees from here. We will run it down to here. That is going to destroy a section of power lines, but it should be fine. And we'll go ahead and make all of this area industrial. And we'll let things go again. Hopefully that's not broken the bus route too much. We did remove that park, of course. Very important that we go and replace that. So let's just go and drop one in there. And hopefully that's going to sort out some of the power problems there a little bit. How are we going with the cemetery? This one is full. There is an achievement we're trying to do, of course, to get 3 full cemeteries. We have a second full cemetery there. Do we have a third? This one still has some space. What we will do over on this side of town, because we are starting to fill up these cemeteries, is we will go ahead and get a crematorium. Because, oh, there's the wrong house. We don't want people sort of moving out. They will try and go to the crematoriums first. That's the crematorium. They will try and go to crematoriums first, but the graveyards that are already full, the cemeteries that are already full, will remain full unless I tell them to go ahead and empty. So we should be fine. So let's go ahead and put a crematorium over here. We can get another crematorium, well, we can get a couple of them actually, up and around here. And this will help these areas. And we've got a cemetery over there. We do still want these cemeteries to fill up if we can. And I'm not sure we necessarily need one over here near the industrial area, but it seems to increase happiness around there. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll keep the game running along. We're getting some population now. Getting a bit more call for industry. Let's just go and have a look at some of the... Right, electricity's still good. Water availability isn't as good as it could be. So we're making plenty of money. Let's go into our budget and we will put our electricity up to about 105%. Water we'll put up to 120. I've got a feeling soon with water that we are going to need to build a little extra there. Garbage collection. Incinerator status is getting up to the point where they are a little bit overworked. We can go and get an extra incinerator up over here, though, because we don't have any. Now, obviously, we don't want it too close to the population. Where would be a good spot to put one, do we think? We've already got the landfills over here. But I guess having an incinerator out here somewhere... That wouldn't be too bad if we placed one there. It would need a road, of course, so let's go ahead and do that. We'll just go and get ourselves a... We'll build a one-way road with trees, 2 lanes, just to keep it nice. We'll run it between the commercial and the industrial area. And we will grab ourselves an incinerator and pop that on there. So it shouldn't be too bad. And if we try and offset that by just building like a park or a plaza directly opposite, that might sort of offset the problems that it's causing. Who knows? So water availability, we'll need to get another water pump because that is dropping down. Education now, we're getting some uneducated people. That's not bad. It doesn't matter, even though we're in the red. We do need uneducated workers. Happiness overall is not too bad. The commercial's not as happy as they could be. Healthcare is pretty good. Levels aren't too bad. They're actually rising in some areas. Not bothered about the wind. Traffic, we still have problems. We know we do. Definitely around the old industrial area. Pollution, there's still quite a bit of it around, but we are getting rid of the landfills. Noise pollution is very noisy in the logging area. It's a lot of noise. Maybe we need to get some more fire protection over there as well. Fire safety is not great in some areas. We do need to get another fire station over here. Crime's actually fairly low. 5% we're happy with that. Public transport, we could probably do with a little bit more. Population... people employed. We've got a lot of unemployment. So it's only 5% of unemployment. So I suppose that population again is in counting seniors and children and teens who don't necessarily need employment. Outside connections doesn't really matter. Land value is increasing. In some areas it is still a little bit awful, but it is increasing overall. Natural resources we've looked at before. Districts, there we go. That's what I was trying to do, unlock that achievement, which is basically an achievement for clicking on every single one of these things here, really. We are going to need to expand our districts, of course, because we need another district over here. Let's go ahead and, well, we'll make this a brand new district. Don't know what it's going to call it yet. Let's have a look. Get as much of that in as we can. And this is going to be Grove Heights. There we go. So we've got another district built. But we're over the 20-minute mark. We have increased the population. If you remember at the start of this video, we only had about 27,000 people. A lot of the commercial here is unhappy because... Well, why are you unhappy? Not enough educated workers. It's very, very difficult to get the balance right between educated workers and uneducated workers. Let's go into our budget panel. Let's take our education. We'll put it up to about 65%. Maybe it will be enough to get a few more educated workers in. I think also because we're making decent money, it might be a good idea to go into the budget screen, go into the taxes, and maybe lower the taxes a little bit for the commercial. Offices, I think, count as commercial as well. I'm not sure whether these count as commercial or industrial, to be honest. It's a little bit strange. They are coloured blue, so technically it should be commercial. But who knows? But either way, we are very slowly increasing in our population, which is a good thing. And it's going to constantly give me pop-ups about this crossroads until we eventually fix it, which I will do one day. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying City Skylines. I'll see you on the next video. Until then, goodbye for now.